Hello everybody, Buddy Wave, Midland, Texas. I hadn't done a video in a while, and but there's some new news that I saw today, and I created a Facebook post, and I wanted to share it with everybody. Might have a connection to the crimes and murders here. Okay, and here, first off, here's the news story. Local philanthropist and businessman Mack Chase has died at the age of 92. That's from the Artesia Daily Press. Okay, well, I had posted about this man before, and I suspected that maybe he had a connection with the underground homes, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, I got a short write-up here I'm going to read to you, and some screenshots, videos, proof videos, etc. On a recorded phone call, a woman told me there was a connection with Artesia, New Mexico, and the underground homes here in Midland, and I wondered if that was because of Mack Chase. He sold his oil company to Concho here in Midland, and he also owned Deerhorn Aviation here. It's believed the underground homes are connected with the oil show party murders. I posted about this on my Facebook, and less than 4 hours later I saw a news story saying that then Vice President Pence was traveling to the small town of Artesia, New Mexico, and I suspected it was to help cover up the crimes and murders connected with the parties going on in the underground homes, based on the timing. I'm going to show you in a minute. I believe these underground homes were hosting oil show parties, such as the ones in October 2010 when my friend Angie told me about a young girl that was murdered for refusing to prostitute. A party that had police at it. That's what she told me. She was afraid to report that murder. Pence had been to Midland a few weeks before I met Homeland Security and showed them where I believe a tunnel was located going from the Home Depot store to my home and used for the underground parties, crimes, and murders. I found this tunnel on historical Google Earth pictures, and it can still be seen there now. That would help explain why the Democrats and the press love Mike Pence and obviously want him to be the Republican nominee for president. You see him on TV every time you turn around. I bet it's on TV tonight. They got Pence on TV every day. 2 weeks later, the ground was dug up and concrete was poured, which I got recorded on video. This went viral but was hidden from the public by the police and the press. That is very common in how they've been able to maim, murder, or mutilate one innocent homeowner after another. In fact, I believe this tunnel was used by MPD officers Davis, Dickey, Chadwell, Angel, and Hale on the night that I was shot by somebody under my home, which explained how they got into my home without being seen on cameras. Back when my daughters were in grade school, their mom moved them to Artesia from Hobbs, where we lived, and based on her slander of me after I was crippled for life in a home invasion and premeditated murder attempt, I suspected that she also had some connection with the underground homes and the non-stop inhumane crimes committed against me and the many other victims of this crime ring. Crimes that have never ended. I heard somebody in my attic today. Rest in peace, Mack Chase. And if you had something to do with the crimes and murders connected with these underground homes, then may God show you mercy on Judgment Day. And that goes for the rest of these criminals going out there pretending that they're good people and they're covering up these murders. Here, let me go through these comments real quick. This lady on this phone call told me there were 4 3-bedroom, $1 million underground homes here in Midland, and they had a connection with a wealthy oil man from Artesia. She also said they were having pedophile parties down there. I suspected that she was talking about Mack Chase due to his close connection with Midland. Okay, she didn't actually say Artesia. She said a town close to Hobbs starts with an A, and that would be Artesia. Here, I'm going to let you listen to it. I got it right here, and we'll just listen to part of it.
Okay, is there a place near Hobbs called Ask? Oh man, I didn't even know exactly the name of it. It started with an A and an S.
Like a town?
Yeah, near Hobbs, New Mexico. I can't remember. This is why I was like really hoping you'd call soon too, because this happened like just last night. I just woke up because I have class here in like an hour or so.
Okay,
and
yeah.
He was telling me also how the buildings underground that he was talking about, it was not 1 million, it was actually 4, and they're actually homes.
That are underground?
Yes, they're 3-bedroom homes.
Wow.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. That's where I got the clue to Artesia, and you know, and so here, let me go on. It was announced that then Vice President Mike Pence was traveling to the tiny town Artesia right after I posted this theory about the underground homes connected with the wealthy oil man from Artesia. I've long suspected that Pence was offered a donation or a bribe from wealthy Midland oil man after being here a few weeks before I met DHS at the Home Depot store to show them where I believe a tunnel was located and used for the underground oil show party. I'm going to show you the print screen. Okay, now it's real important to look at the time on it. It's August 15, 2019. The name of this is Artesia, New Mexico suspects. And I'm talking about Artesia, everything I just told you, okay? And then here, also on August 15th, a few hours later at 11:29 a.m., I see this posted about Vice President Pence scheduled to travel to the tiny town of Artesia, New Mexico on August 21st. I suspect, 100% suspect, believe, convinced Mike Pence was traveling to Artesia to try to cover up these crimes and murders connected with these underground homes where these oil show parties murdered, and then most likely they offered him a big old donation or a bribe because they were going to run for president. Remember, he was under Trump. I don't know if Trump was connected or not, but I do believe Mike Pence was. On July 2nd, 2019, I met Homeland Security at the Midland Home Depot store, and I showed them where I believe a tunnel was located going from there to my home, where I believe one of the 4 underground homes is located and used for the infamous oil show parties. 2 weeks later, the ground was dug up and concrete was poured. I reported DHS agent Paul Cervantes to U.S. Inspector General Mike Horowitz, but nothing happened. That was on the advice of then U.S. Congressman Mike Conway from Midland. I then found out that Horowitz owned a home in the exclusive gated community of Saddle Club in Midland. I've wondered if he had been to the underground parties too. Maybe he was there when they were murdering the little girls that wouldn't prostitute. We've lost rule of law. I'm going to show this print screen here. And here I'm showing the concrete truck. This is behind Home Depot. They're pouring concrete, and I'm writing 2 weeks before this, I was here with Homeland Security showing them where I believe the human trafficking murder tunnels were at. I've got a video. That's a screenshot. And here, this was found on Google Earth. You can see where the tunnel's cut behind the Home Depot store going directly to my home, and I'm shot by somebody under my home. And there's additional proof showing that about the Home Depot store. That's just the tip of the iceberg about Home Depot. Okay, and I'm gonna go on. Proof was found showing that 5 MPD officers, Davis, Dickey, Chatwell, Angel, and Hale, were at or inside my home when they were not seen arriving on security cameras that saw Woodward and Naylor minutes earlier. This is what proved they came into my home from underground, and I believe they used the Home Depot murder tunnel that I believe is there. And here, this is from the police report that was withheld from me for 7 years. It took 7 years before I got this proof showing Matt Davis in my home at 11:03, not seen. Tony Dickey, a lieutenant, in my home, 11:05, not seen arriving. Chatwell at my home, not seen arriving. Kenny Angel, on scene, 11:18, not seen arriving. Dylan Hale, on scene, not seen arriving. So how did they get in or at my home without being seen? From that tunnel, folks. That's how. They ain't never denied it either. Somebody ought to be asking them, but we have no press. Okay? The press is helping to cover up the crimes and murders. Also, on July 2nd, 2019, Vice President Mike Pence flew back to Washington. Same exact day, okay, I met Homeland for an emergency. This made national news. At the same exact time, Homeland asked me to wait because they had an emergency come up. So Homeland had an emergency. Mike Pence had an emergency. On the same time, I'm going to meet them at the Home Depot store to show them where this human trafficking murder tunnels are used for these oil show parties. I suspected they were meeting to figure out how to cover up the crimes and murders connected with the parties going on in the underground homes. Pence had just been in Midland a few weeks earlier to meet oil company leaders. Most likely this was when they started planning on pouring concrete. Pence and Homeland was pouring concrete to cover up the murders. This was a trip that Pence made to Midland a few weeks before. I met DHS at the Home Depot store to meet oil company executives. It makes sense they don't want anybody to know about the young girl that was murdered at a 2010 oil show party for refusing to prostitute. Angie told me about that. The previous owner of my home, Mike Lahan, is suspected of being murdered here the week before the 2008 oil show party started in his backyard. I believe he was murdered here, taken to Fort Worth. Lots of evidence on that too. Look here, Vice President Pence in Midland, Texas, right there in Midland meeting oil company leaders, right? And I've got a feeling oil company leaders don't want anybody to find out about oil show party murders. What you want to bet? Huh? Ain't nobody want to talk about them oil show party murders. Based on old Google Maps, one of the 4 underground homes is located in my backyard, and this is where it's believed the infamous oil show parties were held, which young girls were being forced to prostitute under supervision of corrupt Midland police. As you heard, I was told that a wealthy oil man was connected with these underground homes. Actually, it was just that I suspected a wealthy oil man. I was told there was connection with the town A.S. near Hobbs, Artesia, connected here. I'll let you listen to it. And then finally, I'm going to show you here. Marbob Oil Company in Artesia was sold in 2010 for $1.65 billion. This was one of Mack Chase's companies. I was told there was a connection between Artesia and the underground homes in Midland. It is where it's believed the oil show party murders happened at. Okay, Marbob. And so here, Midland, Texas-based oil company Concho continued its conquest of Pecos Valley, acquiring Artesia's Marbob Energy. That was Mack Chase's company. Okay, $1.65 billion. And we're pleased to announce the largest, most strategic acquisition in our company's history. Concho's chairman, CEO, President Timothy Leach said, and Leach needs to be asked if he's ever heard of an oil show party, and if he lies, they need to throw him in jail and arrest him for them murders. Concho, which was also purchased a portion of Chase Oil Corporation in 2006, will increase drilling, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so now you see what I'm saying, how big I think that is. And I wondered if this guy right here, Mack Chase, was connected with these underground homes and these oil show party murders. And as I said, rest in peace, Mack Chase. If you had something to do with these crimes and murders connected with these underground homes and those parties and the oil show parties, may God show mercy on you on Judgment Day. That also goes for Pence and these dirty cops and these press that are covering up these crimes and murders. Horrific, nasty, sick crimes going on. Never stop. Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.